Did you know that if you are born to a parent who is a narcissist, you actually start off life kind of behind the eight ball? And as you get older, you may have looked back and realized this, but let me tell you why that is. So our parents are our first lens, or our caregivers, if it's not your parent, whoever your main caregivers are, they're the lens through which we learn from a very early age as we go through these really essential developmental stages, whether we are safe, valued, loved, capable, whether the world is safe. And when we start off with the lens of all of those things through a parent's eyes who is a narcissist, we don't learn that we are safe and valued and loved and that the world can be a safe place. Instead, we learn that love is conditional. We learn to be afraid. We learn to put other people's emotions before ours. We learn to have to please the other person in our lives to feel that secure attachment. We learn that other people and love and safety is something that is conditional. We learn that everything is a competition. And so it's really unfair to those of us who have started off life with a narcissist as a parent, because we don't get those developmental stages put in place where we feel like we're secure, where we feel like we can do anything, where we feel like we're securely bonded to somebody, and we know that we don't have to spend energy and time worrying about being attached. We can actually spend our energy and time going out and exploring and being a kid and being a child. We instead have to learn to survive. And you know, if you go through childhood in a place where you're just trying to survive, you're not going to experience childhood the same as somebody who gets to go out and just be a kid. Instead, you're so focused on survival of making sure that the parent you're going to attach to and they're going to stay with you, and that you're not going to be abandoned. Because think of it, when you're a little kid, having a parent who attaches to you and who is there for you, that's survival. We would die if we had to live life on our own when we're little, right? Especially as an infant. So we learn that, oh my gosh, I have to survive. And so we don't get to experience the same things that, you know, other kids who have secure attachments when they're, you know, growing up get to focus on. We don't get to focus on, you know, our talents. We don't get to focus on, making friendships and trusting other people. We're so focused on survival. And so if you are someone who this has happened to, where you had to grow up with a parent or a caregiver who is narcissistic, and you learned that the most important thing is survival, this might start to answer some questions for you for how you've been going through life and how you have, you know, different relationships in your life. And so it can start to put pieces together for you where you can be like, oh yeah, I never did get as a kid to just grow up and go outside and just be able to have fun. I was always worried about monitoring my parents' attitude or mood, monitoring and managing their emotions, trying to be enough for them, trying to figure out how I can please them, trying to, you know, not get noticed by them because I didn't want their wrath, right? Like, so you had to spend your energy doing those kinds of things, not just being a kid. And so this might answer some questions for you if you're looking back and trying to put those pieces together. And also, if you are co-parenting with a narcissistic parent, this is information for you so that you know that as much as it shouldn't be this way, it is this way, that your child or your children are going to need you more to reinforce that they are safe, that they are brave, that they are enough, that they can go out and try things, that the other person's moods and needs are not more important than theirs. And so if this, either side of this equation is you, whether you are the child who grew up with the narcissistic parent or you are the co-parent with another narcissistic parent, knowledge is power, information is power. And so now that you hopefully this helps put some pieces together for you so that you can recognize what to do, like what's happened up until now. And then that gives you a place to start to be able to go back and deconstruct what has been done, or if you're co-parenting, it will help you learn how to do more constructing for your child so that they don't have to be so focused on survival.